Hello everyone, welcome to another video. As you can see, we're not in the usual world. This is a backup, that's why I'm in creative. And I use this backup world to check if anything has been broken whenever there is a new update. And as I mentioned last episode, I believe, they have changed the villagers' behavior. I thought it was a bug originally, but I think that they have changed the way pathfinding works, so that they no longer will receive this. So, last update, this would be a valid pathfinding block, so they will be able to pathfind from here to here, meaning that they will be able to find the links in that way. But it doesn't seem to be that way anymore. If we remove this, I don't think he will get unemployed. And I believe the same is true for this villager over here. Which is a bit sad because, like, I've just built all this, I've actually used a lot of time on it. But yeah, so my original idea was to wait, which is partially why this episode has been a bit longer in the wait. It's also because I've been moving. As you can probably hear, there is more echo. So, but I've partially been waiting as well for them to fix this so I can keep working with them. But it doesn't seem to work, so... And they've once again changed villages, so now, for example, iron farms are easier to build, which is actually very nice. But I'm gonna wait until I know more before keep working on this. It's been quite a pain to rebuild this many times already. Alright then, back on the correct world, no creative here. I have decided to update to 1.14.2. The way chunk loading worked in 1.14 was just, it was too basically painful to play. Couldn't really fly anywhere, and yeah, this is way better. I have been thinking about what I want to do in this episode. Ideally, I would want to create an iron farm, but kind of tired of dealing with villagers, as I said before. And another thing I would love to do is to get a storage system. But first of all, I don't have that much iron. And if you're following my channel, you know that I'm in the middle of creating my own storage system. But it's not done yet. And that's the one I want to use. I want it to be in here. So whenever I have completed that, that's when we will go do this. So for today, I decided that what I want to do is preparing this room, first of all. And as well as that, prepare this area outside. I've in an earlier video mentioned that I want this to look like some kind of swamplands. So I will try and see if I can do that today. Let's start off with the swamplands, since I'm pretty sure it's the one that requires least resource gathering from my side. I think the way to go about this is to first off level this just below water surface. Since generally there's a lot of water in swamplands, I think it's easier just to have it all covered with water and then build up from that. This is actually perfect timing. Believe it or not, I've run out of grass. Or at least close to. A blessing in disguise. This whole part has been lowered, and I'm in the middle of figuring out what kind of design I want to go for the walking bridge. I sort of just immediately realized that I want it to go a bit curved, so I want it to go like this. But I'll do that later. First off, I need to figure out what I want it to look like. If you look at this, it's something in this style. I will be honest and say I've drawn a lot of inspiration from Good Times with Scar, at least in this section here. And this just seems to be working way... Like, I tried this in the beginning, and this... yeah, it doesn't work too well. Neither for walking or for anything else, actually. So I think I'm gonna use this style and draw a lot of inspiration from him. I don't think he minds. I'm combining it with my own style though, so that should not be any problem. And then I'm gonna have to connect it to this part. I want it to be one block higher though, just because looking at it from the side, it has to look like a bridge, and this is just too close to the water. So I have to find like an organic transition. Any way to do this? That's actually a problem. I can't place carpet here, it has to... I actually don't know why I can place it here, but it has to be underneath that. I played around with it for a bit. This is what I have. It could be better. It's actually not as good as I imagined it would be. I'm gonna stick with it for now, and then if I figure something out, I'm gonna change it, I think. Down in the water, I want some clusters of trees that like look like they come out of the ground a bit. I have to go for that swamp-ish look. I think they have to be kind of low though, won't they? If we have it like this, right? Maybe make this one higher. And then just have leaves be around this. Maybe make the leaves a bit odd. I'll try. Something like this, probably. And then I will let it have some vines grow, and then place some string to make sure that they don't grow too long. I may actually have made this probably be better if I remove the hanging part and place the vines, and then use the vines for the hanging. If that made any sense. So for example this, remove this, and then let the hanging parts be vines. I think that will look more natural. And then of course have some lily pads placed around here. And I'll figure out something more. Maybe, oh, what's it called? Puzzle. Maybe there's some puzzle around here as well. It is starting to take shape now, as you can see here. I need to figure out, have some sort of entrance here, and I might widen this. It's not quite big enough. I also placed in some lanterns here. I just bought them from one of the villagers we have. They really fit in with this theme though. And I actually quite like having these curve a bit. It takes a bit of time to get, like, find the correct balance. But curving like this seems quite good. One thing as well, to avoid this part and this part being exactly alike, I think like this one have to be a bit more, I can't see too much here, but a bit more wacky with the trees. So I can like hang a bit more from the sides, for example. This one is actually a bit too basic. So I may need to extend this top part a bit more. Oh yeah, we could put the mushrooms and stuff in here. Oh wait, we already have that. It is small things like this that just adds up. Like, these details don't really look like a lot in themselves, but when you go through the whole thing, they just even the seagrass, small thing, but just it adds more. We've done a lot in this area, and I have to pull myself together and finish this at some point. I haven't really been motivated to. But like, yeah, this area I really love. Like, it has so much detail. But I have to be a bit more what's it called, safe with this area though, since there's only, I don't have a lot of colors to work with. I have to find something that works with this biome type. So therefore I've tried a few different things. As you can see, I tried adding a witch hut, which actually fits in perfectly since we're going for a swampy look. I made this gate here, which is gonna go to our storage system whenever we build that. I might actually postpone building, decorating this inside ready for the storage system, since that I don't know how much space it's gonna take up yet, and I don't know how I want it, so I'll wait with that. And I've gotten this area out, and I want to decorate this island whenever I just figure out what to do. I was thinking that while I keep grinding and building up these trees, I could start rambling a bit about something that might interest me. Extremavoid recently made a video, and where he talked about that in the next update he would like to have updated the inventory system. There's so many blocks in the game now that the game really could use a new inventory system. And I completely agree, actually. Just now I'm constantly going back and forth to here and to all sorts of other places to get the materials I need. Which is a fair point, is that that's just a part of the game, but it could be better in terms of managing whatever we have. It's all, yeah, there's a lot of items, so you need to have them a lot more different spaces. So rather than just make criticism and say fix it, I will come with a few ideas to how they could fix it. One small thing I would like is for them to change the controls here, so that I'm able to, for example, if I want to hit 5 on the keyboard, I'm able to maybe do shift 1. You can't do that. If you click shift, you see it's already bound to something. So you can't press 2 buttons at once. Therefore, the last 2 here in my game is bound to my mouse keys. So this I'm choosing with my mouse, as you can probably hear. Maybe. And so I'm clicking these 5, using my mouse for these 2, and then scrolling. So that's a simple change I would like. So if I want to hit these 5, I click 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And these ones, shift 1, 2, 3, 4. I know that shift is a used key, but we could replace it with alt or some other key. Just be able to do so would be quite nice. Maybe a different thing that would be nice is, or we could also use alt if you could have, so maybe have presets loaded. So maybe a list right here. So maybe not right here, but let's say you have each of these lines, right? And if I click alt and use the scroll wheel, I'm able to switch between this line and this line, and this line and this line. So if I want to get what's in this line, I just alt and go up. It's not the best solutions, but it could do something. When you play this game a while, you get used to doing a few things faster. So for example, like, just let's say that I have the wood in here and I need the wood. Actually, I'm not able to do it. Alright, let's use the leaves instead. I need the leaves, I will just middle click and it automatically gets in my hand. Small tricks like that makes you able to do things a lot faster. But it's far from ideal. But yeah, if you have any other ideas for how they could improve. I know a few mods also have the auto sort, so they will sort your items for you. But again, it's not really a solution, it's just postponing the problem, I guess. Actually, now that we are talking about improvements, I would love to, I have mentioned this in the early video, but this new scaffolding game, I have to use this new scaffolding claim, the way that this works, I really love. So if I click on this, it goes up, and if I'm here, if I click to a side I want to go to, like this, it goes on that side. I really want to be able to do this on all blocks. But then let's just say you have to press G. Whenever you press G, you're able to do this. Oh, that would be so great. It would make, like, just building these trees so much easier. Imagine that I want to go out one more, or I have to go somewhere in another, instead of having to do this every time, which I'm doing currently. Just do that. That'd be great. Let's take a break from this project for now and do something else. Also, it's good to get some variation. I'm quite happy with what we have reached today. I want to get more of these lanterns, but because of the villager changes, they don't really restock currently. So yeah, I'll have to wait until I figure out what to do. If you remember this area, this is our sheep farm that we created in one of the first episodes. The idea behind this farm is that we get into this little room here, and we use an auto click so that we're able to stand AFK like this, and then the wool will be collected and get into here. As you can see, I tried using it to get blue wool, but it isn't really particularly fast, and it gives, yeah, it's not the best way, and it requires the computer to be turned on, and it actually has quite a lot of drawbacks. What I'm thinking is that in 1.14 you can now use shears on sheep by using dispensers. So I'm thinking that we're gonna use that and create an automatic way of harvesting the wool, so that I don't need to have the computer stay on and I can just do it while I'm doing other things near this area. Oh yeah, if you've not seen this farm before, it's quite simple in principle. We have a lot of sheep in here, and there's a few water sources, a few places, and grass for the rest. The sheep need grass to eat grass in order to regrow their wool, and there's enough sheep in this area so they will push each other. And that way they will go all around constantly, and I'll be able to stand here and shear them. It's not the most efficient design, but I don't know, I just enjoy trying to create my own, I guess. Alright, so if we take this area up, the first thing we have to do is to get Spencer in. It has to be there. Quite afraid to do anything like this. Oh, close one. Alright. So we got the dispenser in, and we can just check if this actually works. Whenever another sheep comes by. Good boy. Come on, I know you want to. Here we go. Yes, it works. Right. Alright, and I can take this off. Alright, yeah, small problems, but We'll figure it out. Okay, should be simple enough. So we put a hopper into this one and have the chest on top. In here we will have the shears. The wool will go into this one. Up. We have. And then we have to create a clock. If we power this block right here, it has to be a solid block. If you power that one, just using some kind of clock, you should. I'm running out of stuff constantly. Alright. I believe something like this is relatively lag friendly. It doesn't work. Oh yeah, it does work. Alright, we just set this to a smaller delay then. Alright. Feel like it shouldn't really hurt my frames that much though. Nevertheless, it does go into here. Well, that was actually everything necessary. I just need to color these shapes back up. I just realized how few colors I actually have in my color chest. Nevertheless. This is actually a very bad place to start coloring them. Black ones, oh wait, that's pupil ones here. Right? What? The second one. Perfect. Alright, that was brown then? Well, I got a few of the colors back in. I'm actually not sure how many of them are correct. But nevertheless, this is completely AFK-able. I don't even need to be... Oh well, I do need to be near it, but... That's kind of cool actually. Oh, nice. That was very quick. Now, I'm pretty sure I didn't show you the finished product of this from last time. This is a very basic pumpkin melon farm, which just automatically, again in the background, just gives a bit. This is actually better than I've expected. It's just been running in the background while I've been doing stuff. Quite good. Yeah, as you can see that. Nice. There's only like a small module. I actually thought I would upgrade all of this, but well, before we get more villagers, it's not necessary. Oh well, I think we're gonna cut the episode here. I hope you enjoyed it. We got the sheep farm up and running. It runs automatically. And we got started on this swamp area. Actually, I feel this turned out quite nicely. One of the next things would either be the storage room or this island. It depends on how far I get with deciding this. Nevertheless, I hope you enjoyed this episode. Thank you for watching, and I hope to see you next time.